We're back with another issue of Web Chat with the Warden, David Mayberry. How are you today, sir?
Great. How are you?
I'm fantastic, thank you.
You're brand new to the job? Whatever happened to poor old Ashley?
Oh, I'm not sure.
And she got mad and left. It must have been something I said. I feel really bad about that.
I'm sure it was nothing like that. So, looking forward to council this week. Looking forward to the sewer and water capital costs. What is that going to look like for residents?
Okay, so what we have is we have a situation where up at Havelock Corners, the land was amalgamated into the town of Woodstock, or in the city of Woodstock, and then services were provided. And the question is, should they have to connect up, and who should pay, and all that. And we have a users pay system in Oxford for water and wastewater, and so those who are connected to the system have to pay their share of the connection in that. So for the residents in that particular area, the cost is about $11,000, $11,090, something like that. The challenge is it fair to them to have to hook up? Well, we expect everyone else to, so you have to wonder about that. But also trying to make sure that you have ways that it's not too much of a burden at any one time. And so the county proposes, you can pay for it right away, or we can put it on your taxes for 5 or 10 years. And also in cases of extreme hardship, we allow people to defer that cost until after they've sold their properties.
Okay, and has there been any sort of reaction from the residents in this area?
The community of Havelock Corners has made a couple of presentations and done a lot of digging into the background information to make sure everything is accurate, and they'll have their opportunity on Wednesday evening to comment on the position of council.
Great. So the next thing I'd love to talk about is the introduction of the Network Southwest proposal. What is the proposal? Okay.
Well, one of the things that we've noticed over the last number of years, particularly in southwestern Ontario, is the fact that we're getting less inter-community bus and train transportation, and which really impacts, for some people, especially those who don't have vehicles, their opportunity to get beyond sort of just their immediate area. And so the Southwest Network proposal is around looking at how can we, as a community, as a region, create a system where people can get from A to B through either bus or train, and be able to interconnect with broader, so being able to get to the Via Rail, or being able to have a bus that gets you from one community to the next to then connect to another mode of transportation, whether it be an airport or whatever. And so it's just beginning looking at the big picture, and as we see the decline in rail and bus, how do we work on that to improve it?
I know it's in early stages, but is there any estimate on what a project like this might cost?
Yes, it'll be expensive. I can't remember the number off the top of my head. It seems to me it was about $400 million to get started. But if you look at the subsidies that are given out for other things, to have a transportation system that all people can use it's probably in that range. So it's probably a fair number. We'll see how it works out in the long run. Right now we're in the preliminary study stage and trying to figure out what would it actually look like, and basically the presentation at council will be about informing council so that they know where we are in this process.
Okay, something to consider. And finally, I'd just like to talk to you about the capital cost towards the refinancing of Tillsonburg projects. What projects are being looked at?
Well, 10 years ago, the town of Tillsonburg came up with a business improvement area where they helped finance people that did facade improvements, improved the looks of the downtown to make it more attractive, to make people want to go downtown to do their shopping. Tillsonburg has a long history of doing of concentrating on their downtown, and have done an excellent job of creating a downtown that's appealing to people. And so they borrowed some money borrowed money to help people build their downtown infrastructure, facades, that sort of thing, and that's paid back through their taxes over a period of time. And so the town is simply saying that we borrowed $100,000 10 years ago. We feel that we've paid back about almost 2/3 of it, not quite, but and that now they're asking for another $43,000 for another period of time. That the county is, I'm pretty sure, is going to be willing to give them, because what they've seen is that as business increases, then you get an increase in tax. Therefore, you get all that money back. And that's really what it's about. It's about trying to encourage the community to reinvest in themselves, and that eventually we all get benefit from that.
Fantastic. Well, I don't think I have any more questions for you.
Well, what are we going to say about Ashley as she's
Well-
leaving? Our very best wishes for Ashley as she moves off to a new job, and I think it's in Kitchener-Waterloo area, where the brighter lights apparently have attracted her away from good old Oxford. And she'll find that Oxford is still the best place in the world to live and work.
We'll definitely miss her. Thanks so much. This has been another edition of Web Chat with the Warden.